Everything you need to know about zinc. Stay tuned until the end because I will be showing you plant sources that are rich in zinc. Why zinc is so important and why have probably all of you heard about the mineral zinc. Zinc is the second most abundant micromineral in the body. By the way, what makes something a micromineral and what makes something a macromineral? The difference between these two is the recommended dietary allowance. If it's less than 100 milligrams per day, then it's a micromineral. If it's more than that, then it's a macromineral. As stated before, zinc is a micromineral. A healthy adult male needs only 11 milligrams of zinc and a healthy adult female needs 8 milligrams. Now, if you're a female and you're pregnant, you need 11 milligrams, and if you're lactating, you need 12 milligrams. So if you only need a tiny amount of zinc every single day, why is it so important? Well, did you know that roughly 2,800 proteins that our body makes bind to zinc? And by the way, proteins are not only used for building muscles. Our body produces proteins for many different things. For structural purposes, for transportations, for enzymes, and the list goes on. Now you can start imagining what a zinc deficiency truly means. Being deficient in zinc is associated with many diseases. It can lead to impaired development of your brain. That can obviously lead to depression, Alzheimer's disease, increase your risk of stroke, and other diseases. It can lead to hair loss, it can lead to loss of your sight as you age, it can impair your immune system, and the list goes on and on and on. So who is at risk of developing a zinc deficiency? According to the World Health Organization, roughly 1/3 of the world population is at risk of developing a zinc deficiency. It is assumed that roughly 16 to 50% of the zinc that we eat through our food is absorbed. And our bodies are actually super smart. If our body detects that our serum or our blood levels of zinc are getting deficient, it will start to absorb over 90% of the dietary zinc. How awesome is that? Obviously, the absorption of zinc highly depends on many physiological factors. However, one of the dietary factors that can actually bind to zinc are phytates. Phytates, or as many people call it nowadays, antineutrients, can bind to zinc and thus inhibit or hinder the absorption of zinc. Let me preface this by saying that we don't have a lot of good data actually showcasing how much of a hindrance phytates are in the absorption of zinc. For example, we have data showcasing that if you regularly consume a high phytate-rich diet, the absorption of iron gets better over time, suggesting that your body can start adapting to the high phytates found in your foods. But this is just speculation. We have some observational data showcasing that vegetarians on average have lower levels of zinc. However, I read through the studies that were included in the systematic review and the quality was average at best. Some are cross-sectional studies, some used older people, and some didn't even distinguish between vegetarians, vegans, and so on and so forth. So what's my suggestion for you if you're eating a plant-based diet? Because a greater amount of concentration in zinc is usually found in animal-based foods. However, there are some great plant sources that I want you to know that can actually hold their own. All the following foods I will be showcasing to you are 100 grams of each and every single food item. We start off with wheat germ. Wheat germ contains 112% of the RDA. Next up on the line are hemp seeds with 90% of the RDA. Now, obviously, I guess most people watching this video are not eating 100 grams of hemp seeds, but just a tablespoon of hemp seeds can provide well over 10% of the RDA. Wheat bran can actually provide 66% of the RDA. Oats are quite a good source as well, providing 1/3 of your RDA. Tofu is also quite a decent source with 10% of the RDA. Soybeans and black beans can actually provide 10 or 9%. Quinoa and brown rice have 28% and 19% of the RDA. And the biggest amount of zinc found in nuts is in pecans with 41%. There you have it. You can have plenty of zinc by eating plant foods. Although we need way more research on how much of an impact phytates can have in your diet. And also other factors can come into play. The soil quality is of importance, and other physiological factors can come into play as well. The best way to know for sure if you are deficient in zinc or not, whether you are plant-based or not, is if you go to your doctor and do a blood test. And if you are deficient, the best way to counter that is by taking a supplement. Just make sure that you're taking a supplement which is lab tested. Since the supplement industry is not very strict when it comes down to the regulations of their supplements and what they are selling to you. Doesn't matter which brand you're buying your supplements from, make sure that they always provide you with their lab results. And that is why my go-to supplements are from Watson Nutrition. Watson Nutrition always provides their lab tests right underneath each and every single product. And by the way, all their products are vegan. What is your favorite zinc-rich food? Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow for more.